This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We start with breaking news. The Madison Metropolitan School District has officially canceled all in-person fall sports.
According to a letter sent to parents today from the district athletic director, the decision was made based on guidance from the WIAA. According to that letter, in-person coaching will also not be offered, and the district is encouraging student athletes not to gather outside of school grounds to train through October 30th. The district says it will be offering virtual training activities.
Next at 10, the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade and Consumer Protection is extending its warning about unsolicited packages. Adam Duxter spoke with a Rock County family today and explains why it's not just seeds showing up by surprise.
Depending on where you live in the state of Wisconsin, wearing a mask just like this one is either required or strongly recommended. But when a Rock County couple had an entire package of masks show up unannounced on their doorstep, they feared it could be an attempt to cover up something more suspicious.
And it said there was a package coming in. I had no packages that I knew were coming.
A Rock County couple who prefers to stay private says they didn't expect the surprise package that showed up on their doorstep just days ago.
He opened it up and we found the masks and stuff, and then I discovered that it had postmarks and stuff from China.
Having recently heard about unwanted seeds showing up the same way, the couple quickly sealed the package and set it aside. Tonight, DATCAP says this is happening more and more frequently, with masks, jewelry, or other small items showing up unannounced. Wisconsin's Better Business Bureau says they've got a possible explanation.
What happens is there are usually foreign companies that will write awesome reviews about themselves, and they'll send you their product, and they'll claim that you wrote that review. So you get something you didn't order, but they get a good review.
DATCAP says if this happens to you, to call their consumer protection hotline. In the meantime, the Rock County couple says they're not taking any chances.
When I discovered that it had Chinese markings on it, that something could be, wrong with the mask. They could be contaminated or something, because we did not order them.
Now, that couple I spoke with says they suspect a previous online shopping experience could be just how that company in China got their home address to begin with. But tonight they say their main fear, should something truly be wrong with those masks, is they go to another family in Rock County who wouldn't be quite as careful. In Janesville, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
DATCAP says if this happens to you, it is a good idea to change your passwords online, but also ask you to report it to their hotline. We have that information on our website, channel3000.com.
Developing tonight, crews are working to pull a vehicle from a lake in Sauk County. This is on Mirror Lake. Our crew on the scene could see several police cars and a wrecker along I-94 in Lake Delton. The Sauk County dive team was also on scene. No word yet on what caused it or about any possible injuries. Also tonight, Madison police are asking for information related to a shooting happened on the east side around 7 o'clock. Police responded to a report of a man in his 20s who was shot near the intersection of East Washington and Aberg Avenues. He was found in a car with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound. Police say it was a targeted attack.
Let's get a look at our first warn forecast now. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Very nice day today across southern Wisconsin. Temperatures a little bit warm, but even those temperatures will drop off a little bit over the next couple of days. As we look at the time lapse from the WIC Skycam, notice how skies were clear this morning, and then we had some clouds pop up this afternoon, but really not enough to block out much of the sunlight, and just some high cirrus clouds overhead this evening. There are some showers and thunderstorms across northern Illinois. They've stayed in the same spot pretty much all day. To our south, you may see a few flashes of lightning if you're down toward the Illinois state line, but those storms are well south of the border. High today, Madison, 85 degrees. A few places are warmer than that. Boscobel and La Crosse topped out at 89 degrees. Current temperatures are in the upper 60s to the lower 70s. Madison right in the middle at 70, although Janesville still at 77. Dew point temperatures are in the middle 60s across southern Wisconsin. The 70-degree plus dew points to our south will continue to move away, and with time, we'll look for the air to become drier. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down to about 62 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow will be partly sunny and warm, just not quite as warm as today with a high of 80. And later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes more dry weather as we head through next week.
All right, Gary, thanks. UW-Madison will not require prospective freshmen to submit standardized test scores for the fall of this year. A statement from the university says due to the pandemic, ACT and SATs have not been universally available or easily accessible. And the university also preparing to welcome students back to campus next month, even with a drop in housing applications. All 20 residence halls on campus will be housing students. Certain spaces will be reserved as isolation and quarantine rooms. If a student living on campus tests positive for COVID, they'll be asked to move into an isolation room. If a student comes in contact with someone who tests positive, they'll be moved to a private room to quarantine for about 2 weeks. All students living on campus will be tested before moving in and every 2 weeks throughout the year.
Another local school district has decided to start its year with all virtual learning. Last night, the Beloit School Board of Education approved a plan to have K through 12 students learn virtually for the first quarter, which ends on October 30th. From there, the district can decide how to move forward, whether to keep kids at home, have in-person schooling, or a combination of both. And the school district of Beloit-Turner will give families the choice between all in-person or all virtual learning at registration. Vice President Mike Pence and Education Secretary Betsy DeVos visited a class of 4th grade students at a private school in North Carolina today as the administration continues to advocate for school choice and urge districts to reopen this fall. The school he visited opted to open for in-person instruction July 20th along with virtual learning.
In Wisconsin, health officials have confirmed 900 new COVID-19 cases today. In all, there have been more than 51,000 and more than 900 deaths in Wisconsin. DHS officials say 61 of the state's 72 counties are seeing high activity levels for disease spread. Wisconsin, the only state with a Democratic governor that doesn't have a mask mandate in place statewide. Governor Evers says the state Supreme Court has hamstrung his ability to respond to the crisis, but that court is about to change. Come August 1st, Jill Karofsky will be joining the bench, shrinking the conservative majority to 4-3. The safer at home order was struck down 4-3, with conservative Justice Brian Hagedorn siding with the 2 liberal justices. Political experts point out that the ruling in May focused on DHS Secretary designee Andrea Palm's powers, not necessarily the governor's.
The key is, how do you thread the needle? How do you do it legally, and for the Supreme Court to say, this is different from last time?
Majority of other states have done it. It's time for Wisconsin to listen to the science on this.
Meanwhile, a petition for a state mask mandate circulated by Senator Chris Larson is up to more than 14,000 signatures and growing. He hopes it shows there is public support for such an order given the continuing crisis and the desire for things like schools to safely reopen.
A Texas representative who has frequently refused to wear a mask has tested positive for coronavirus. Republican Representative Louis Gohmert had been scheduled to fly aboard Air Force One with President Trump to Midland, Texas today for a fundraiser, but tested positive during a screening before he boarded. In a video he recorded today, he questioned whether his mask was what caused him to get it.
I can't help but wonder if by keeping a mask on and keeping it in place, that if I might have put some germs, some of the virus onto the mask and breathed it in. I don't know, but I got it. We'll see what happens from here.
Yesterday, Representative Gohmert also took part in the Attorney General's hearing on Capitol Hill. This evening, Speaker Nancy Pelosi ordered all lawmakers to wear a mask while on the House floor. President Trump has revoked an Obama-era rule that supports fair housing, then sent out a pair of controversial tweets about this. He wrote, "All of the people living their suburban lifestyle dream. You will no longer be bothered or financially hurt by having low-income housing built in your neighborhood," end quote. He also said crime will go down. Last week, the Housing Department reversed Obama's rule that reinforced the Fair Housing Act of 1968. It bans the selling or renting homes to people based on race.
Oregon's governor says federal agents who have clashed for weeks with protesters in Portland will begin what she calls a phased withdrawal. This morning, Governor Kate Brown said the agents will begin leaving tomorrow. Acting Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf said the plan includes what he called a robust presence of Oregon State Police in downtown Portland. Protests have rocked the city for more than 2 months since the killing of George Floyd at the hands of police in Minneapolis. In Milwaukee, some federal agents are already in the city. More are on the way as the Trump administration tries to cut down on crime in cities with high rates of violence. Other cities involved include Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, Kansas City, and Albuquerque. U.S. Attorney Matt Krieger says the agents in Milwaukee will not be patrolling the streets. Instead, they'll be focused on homicides, shootings, violent drug trafficking, and gun trafficking. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett says he supports the move but would not support the type of federal assistance given in Portland, Oregon.
We've made it very, very clear we do not want to be part of his political doings as he's doing in Portland. At the same time, we have been working with the Department of Justice to deal with our issues here of violent crime. And that's what this is an outgrowth of.
Federal law enforcement resources, both funding and federal investigators, will work in a coordinated fashion with state and local partners to address violent crime.
Krieger says Milwaukee was chosen because of its high violent crime rate. Homicides are currently up about 85% from last year.
We have new information about the two women who allegedly attacked State Senator Tim Carpenter during a recent protest. 26-year-old Samantha Hamer and 33-year-old Corida O'Reilly turned themselves in on Monday. They made initial court appearances today. They've both now been charged with substantial battery and party to a crime. Now, according to a criminal complaint, several anonymous witnesses shared information with police that helped with identifying the two women. Police also used footage from city surveillance cameras to further identify the suspects. On Tuesday, the Mount Horeb School District Superintendent confirmed that Hamer, who is employed as a social worker for the district, had been put on administrative leave following her arrest.
New tonight, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is said to be resting comfortably in a New York City hospital after undergoing a medical procedure to replace a bile duct stent that was originally placed last year. The court says Justice Ginsburg underwent a minimally invasive, non-surgical procedure today at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City. The hospital trip was her second in a month. Comes a little less than 2 weeks after the 87-year-old justice announced her cancer had returned. New tonight, former President Barack Obama will give the eulogy at Representative John Lewis's funeral tomorrow. Former Presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush will also be in attendance. The service will happen tomorrow morning at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta. It'll mark the last day of a 6-day memorial ceremony honoring Congressman Lewis. Still to come tonight, your updated forecast for the second half of the work week. But first, some incredible video as a train derails on a bridge, causing a partial collapse and a massive fire. That story next.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
America, we want to help get you back to it. And here's how, with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer, finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
Save big money on your next project with 11% off everything. Now at Menards. Give outdoor wood decks, fences, and siding lasting protection with Cabot exterior wood care products. Save 11% on all Cabot premium exterior wood stains and finishes. Polymer siding panels from Novik give your home a classic look, but there's no painting, staining, or caulking required. Plus, they're easy to install, now 11% off. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value. 2 of these for $6 every day. Like Monday, Saturday, Tuesday, all other days. Arby's, we have the meat.
As our communities begin to reopen in the wake of COVID-19, rest assured that SSM Health is ready with enhanced safety measures so you and your family are protected. In person or online, we're here. Schedule a visit today.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
The best new cars make the best used cars. That's why every Toyota certified used vehicle gets a 160-point inspection, new warranties starting the day you purchase, 1 year of roadside assistance, and more. Get as low as 0% APR financing on select Toyota certified used models. See your dealer for details.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, everyone. If you've got plans outside the rest of the week, Hattie's already looking ahead to the weekend in her first warm forecast.
And you have a chance to help hungry families in the Madison area without leaving your home. We'll tell you how tomorrow on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
A train traveling through Tempe, Arizona this morning derailed, sparked a massive fire, causing a bridge to collapse. Union Pacific said as many as 10 train cars derailed on the bridge over Tempe Town Lake. The south side of the bridge collapsed. Part of the burning train fell. A spokesman said none of its crew was hurt, but one person was treated for smoke inhalation. The train was carrying lumber, possibly some hazardous materials. Union Pacific said none of those materials leaked. Boeing announced today that the company lost $2.4 billion over just the past 3 months. It's the latest sign of trouble for the aerospace giant as it continues to grapple with the fallout from its troubled 737 aircraft, the 737 MAX, and also the pandemic. In a note to employees, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun said the prolonged impact of the virus will require the company to, quote, further assess the size of its workforce, essentially saying Boeing may cut more jobs than the 16,000 it had previously announced.
JetBlue is experimenting with the use of a high-tech UV light system to keep its planes clear of COVID-19. The system is designed by Honeywell to sterilize hospital rooms. It rolls down the aisle aboard a plane like a snack cart. Honeywell says the UV light system can clean the cabin of a plane in less than 10 minutes. The light is so powerful, the cabin has to be empty before it can be used. Quick Trip has acquired the assets of another gas station chain, Madison-based Stop and Go. Stop and Go operates 36 convenience stores in southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois and was founded in 1963. The transaction is scheduled to be completed in early December. Some stores will still be operated as Stop and Go's, while others will be remodeled and rebranded into Quick Trips. The Wisconsin DNR says it has seen a major spike in sales of non-resident state park stickers. DNR officials told News 3 Now that as of today, they've sold more than 67,000 non-resident stickers for state parks compared to last year, when only 43,000 were sold over the entire year. That's a 55% increase in sales for the 2020 season so far.
Well, check it out. The DOT posting this photo online tonight, a massive pavement buckle. They say it happened over the weekend in Racine County along Highway G on the ramp to I-94. Intense heat expands pavement, causing slabs to push against one another. If the pressure is great enough, the pavement then will buckle. They are reminding everyone to report any pavement buckles to 911. Another pleasant summer night over southern Wisconsin. We had some heat like that over the weekend, Gary, but we've had a really pleasant week so far.
And I think the temperatures will go down even a little bit more as we head toward the weekend and the first part of next week. Three things you need to know in the forecast. Look for a dry forecast for the rest of this week through Saturday. There'll be a shower or thunderstorm chance on Sunday, and then dry weather from Monday through Thursday of next week, so a prolonged dry period. Seasonably warm weather for the rest of this week. High temperatures will be in the lower 80s, but as we head into next week, we could see some middle to upper 70s in the Monday through Wednesday time period, so some very comfortable weather. Tropical storm warnings are in effect for Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, and that is because we have a new tropical storm. Tropical storm Isis. Top winds right now 50 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 20 miles per hour. The strongest winds are actually up toward Puerto Rico. The storm's starting to reorganize a little bit, and as it heads toward the northwest, latest forecast track from the National Hurricane Center brings it over Haiti and the Dominican Republic and probably weakens it somewhat. There are questions as to whether or not the circulation could even maintain itself going through the mountains there, but assuming it maintains its composition, it'll get back out over the open waters of the Atlantic Ocean south of the Bahamas, strengthen into a tropical storm, and perhaps be near hurricane force that affects Florida by late Saturday evening with maximum sustained winds just below hurricane force. And now the latest forecast track moves a little farther to the east, so basically paralleling the Florida coast and maybe even affecting the Carolinas as we head toward Monday at 10 p.m. of next week. As we look at weather track, there's Isis, a large mass of clouds here, the center of circulation down here, but you can see shower and thunderstorm activity even north of Puerto Rico. The rest of the tropics right now pretty quiet. Notice the clear skies over the Gulf of Mexico. That's allowing the Gulf to heat up. So any tropical weather system that moves into that area will intensify pretty quickly over the next month or so as we head into the peak of hurricane season. To our south, some showers and thunderstorms, but eventually as Isaias heads up the east coast or close to it, it may slow the progression of weather systems, and high pressure that's up to the north will settle in over the Midwest this weekend and then pretty much stall there because of Isaias going up the east coast. So at this point, the weather will stay relatively quiet. The stationary front to our south divides more humid air to the south to slightly drier air across Wisconsin. High temperatures today generally in the mid to upper 80s, although there were some 70s in the northern part of the state. To our south, temperatures close to 90. Right now, you can see temperatures still around 80 south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line, but Madison is at 70 degrees. And notice the dew point temperatures, mid-60s here, 70s to the south, but 50s to the north. That's what's moving in for tomorrow. So look for a partly sunny sky for tomorrow. Not quite as warm as today. High temperature topping out at 80 as winds become northeasterly at 6 to 12 miles per hour. And the 7 to 10 day forecast, notice high temperatures lower 80s through Saturday. Thunderstorm chances on Sunday as a weak cold front comes through. That actually drops temperatures into the mid to upper 70s for the first part of next week, back to the lower 80s by the second part of the week. Maybe a thunderstorm chance about Friday, but plenty of dry weather in there, which is relatively good news for this time of year.
Consistent, great summertime temperatures, too. Very comfortable.
And the humidity stays low.
Love that. Gary, thank you. Sure. All right, coming up in sports. Brewers, they were looking for their first series win of the season tonight. The long ball helped them reach that mark. Zach joins us next. He's got sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Lowest prices ever on pre-owned e-bikes at Crazy Lenny's. This Easy Motion, $750.
This Athens, $640. No pedal throttle assist.
Pre-owned e-bike cruisers from $590. Lowest prices ever on pre-owned e-bikes at Crazy Lenny's.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on over 400 new Hondas. Get 0% financing for up to 60 months on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Let's summer. Let's dine out by truly dining out. Let's send smoke signals to the neighbors, then serve up the freshest of food with a side of fresh air. Let's raise our tongues to tasty by introducing our grills to new thrills and make mouths water more than a backyard slip and slide. Let's live a little more by having another s'more. Because summer is here, and no one does summer like Festival Foods.
Whether for work or for fun, you count on your vehicle. That's why at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we have great prices on everything you need to help you reach your destination. Like buy 3 tires, get 1 free. Rewards members save an extra $20. Plus, get up to $100 in rebates on select Goodyear and Cooper tires. Shell Rotella T6 motor oil is just $32.49. And this 155-piece mechanics tool set is just $79.99.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Lately, we found new ways to support and care for each other. And while every gesture counts, so too does every dollar. That's why American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that supporting your dreams means the world to us. Contact your agent or go to amfam.com to learn about more ways to save.
Hercules.
I have been
expecting
you.
Aha! And I brought you a gift so you can fight properly. Red Bull.
Oh!
How nice.
Of you.
But also
rather
stupid.
Mine.
Mine.
No, mine.
No, mine.
Mine. Red Bull gives you wings.
Wild Easttown Honda has clearance savings on 400 new Hondas. Lease a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $269. That's $269 and absolutely zero due at signing at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Lowest prices ever on pre-owned e-bikes at Crazy Lenny's. This Easy Motion, $750.
This Athens, $640. No pedal throttle assist.
Pre-owned e-bike cruisers from $590. Lowest prices ever on pre-owned e-bikes at Crazy Lenny's.
the Brewers haven't done this season. Win any game besides Game 2 in a series, win a series, and score first in a game. Let's just say that's what we call foreshadowing. Rubber match between the Crew and the Pirates, and they weren't waving at me, just the ball. You'll see. Ben Gamel absolutely tattoos one to right. The 408-foot bomb puts the Brew Crew up 2-0. Now, same score in the 6th, and Keston here has something against the Pirates. He homered yesterday, does it again today. 7th career long ball against Pittsburgh. Milwaukee gets their first series win, 3-0, the final. Every team in the USL League One doesn't have to travel to play their home games, except for Uw-Madison. In order to play in front of their fans, the Flamingos had to find their home away from home this season, Hart Park. And while they are racking up the miles, the Mingos wouldn't have it any other way. Just call forward Madison.
Yeah, we're just expanding our footprint in Wisconsin.
Road Warriors this season.
Definitely a test for our mental fortitude, but it's going to make us stronger, and it's you know, it's going to make us as a group come together and understand that there's nothing that can be thrown at us that we're not going to be able to take on.
You see, the Flamingos don't really have a home this year.
We knew it was coming, so we just mentally we had to be strong and stay positive, and if we had to drive 2 hours, 3 hours, we'll do it.
Instead of training in Madison, the team makes the 58-mile trek to Wisconsin Dells during the week. Then on game days, instead of playing at Breeze Stevens, it's Hart Park this year, 73 miles away in Wauwatosa.
I would much rather have to make the commute from Madison to Milwaukee to train than not train at all or not play at all.
The big thing about being professional is whatever's put in your way, you still got to show up and perform. So you kind of just got to remove that from your psyche. It may not be our fault that we have to go do these things, but we got to take responsibility and own it and get on with it.
And the Mingos have, which in turn has brought them closer.
It's an extra motivation for us to think, hey, you know what, we went through all this, and we just, hopefully at the end, we get the result that we want.
Celebrating a championship with the rest of the flock. Home opener at Hart Park at Wauwatosa is this Friday at 7. Forward Madison takes on Greenville Triumph. And don't forget, TVW is the home of the Flamingos this season, so you'll be able to watch Friday's game live. We're back after this.
With the Volkswagen community-driven promise, you can enjoy exciting offers. And at participating dealers, you can shop at our place or yours.
Click, call, or come by a Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 72 months on select 2019 and 2020 models.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Cross something important off your list. Free installation on all windows, siding, and doors. And no interest for 1 year. The biggest sale of the year is here.
Free installation ends Friday. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Maine Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. You'll love the big savings on all kitchen appliances from Frigidaire and Electrolux with 0% financing for up to 18 months and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied. That's why we're the More Store, the Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and lots more fun showing off your beautiful new kitchen. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Get big savings during Steinhoffel's Small Spaces event. Start with 35% off store-wide and get amazing deals on the largest selection of small space furniture. Like these great solutions for your living room, sofas and sectionals at every price point, or these small space solutions cocktail tables. Check out these great dining solutions designed to save space. Maximize your bedroom storage with these beds. Plus, get special 60-month financing. Get big savings on all of our Small Spaces solutions, only at Steinhoffel's.
Getting your air ducts thoroughly cleaned takes the trained professionals at Stanley Steamer using the most powerful equipment to get the most powerful results. Our equipment goes deep inside your ducts, removing years of dirt, pet hair, allergens, even dust mites. Unlike other air duct cleaning companies, Stanley Steamer cleans your entire system. Just look at how much dirt can be removed. Call today for a free inspection and save $50 on a cleaning.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
U.S. Cellular.
Yeah. New customer?
What's the deal?
Unlimited data, just $30 a month.
Love that. But what's the deal with the signal? It works everywhere. I'm on like sub-level Z of this parking garage, and it still works. It's crazy.
Sir, you're going into signal shock, very common with new customers. Just breathe with me, okay? Unlimited data. Strong signal.
Strong signal.
All for $30 a month.
U.S. Cellular.
Choose fair.
Buy a select 2020 Volkswagen today. And for the next 6 years, you won't pay a single cent in interest. 6 years of interest-free payments. Click, call, or come by today.
Go to Amazon.com skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, NASA is preparing to launch its new Perseverance rover into space tomorrow. It'll be launched atop an Atlas V rocket from Cape Canaveral. The rover expected to land on Mars in February of 2021. NASA says it's the first time in history where there's an explicit mission to find ancient life on another planet. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, scouring our skies about tonight, Gary.
Well, if you're down to the south, down toward the Illinois state line, you might see a little bit of lightning to the south, but those storms are across Illinois and not coming in our direction. Temperatures right now here in Madison, right around 70. Most areas upper 60s to the middle 70s. Janesville at 75 right now, and you can see dew point temperatures middle 60s. The 70-degree plus dew points are to our south, so the air will continue to dry out with time. Look for a high temperature tomorrow of 80 degrees with partly sunny skies, so just a little bit less warm than today. And then you see those temperatures lower 80s for the end of this week, upper 70s for the start of next week, back to the lower 80s by the end of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
Yesterday, we asked for some leadership on some important issues that are just not going very well right now. But we also want to point out that in other areas, important work is being done in the midst of similar challenges. Specifically, the Madison Plan Commission has embarked on a review of the city's zoning code with a goal of increasing the supply of housing units available. The biggest need, of course, is affordable housing, but creating more multifamily housing, including additional units on the same lot, deserves consideration. Likewise, the city is making progress on plans for the former Oscar Mayer site. This is one of the most significant development opportunities in our city, and we need to get it right. Both of these are pro-growth plans that are going to be important elements of post-pandemic, more inclusive and just Madison. We're pleased to see them moving forward.